to DM-Nastics, the gym for dungeon masters to work out their minds. I'm one of your hosts, DM Celeste, aka Sea Witch.
And I'm your other host, DM Neil, aka Jote Maniac. And today, I've made it very easy on Celeste.
On me, yes, you have. I saw the prompt like, oh yes.
That should work. So today, because there are many new books coming out from many different people, but luckily for me, I have in front of me on my desk a beautiful collector's edition copy of the Monster Vault from Tales of the Valiant.
Yay!
And I was attracted to a section in the earliest part of the book on pages 14 and 15 that is customizing monsters.
So for those of you who don't know, also, we should just say Tales of the Valiant is a new game from Kobold Press, RPG built on the back of the 5e SRD, except Kobold Pressified. We made monsters really hard. We made characters awesome. We did a lot of tinkering and rebalancing, and basically republished our version of 5.5. And we'll say that that is out there now. So things like the Monster Vault is the equivalent of like a monster manual. So we made sure to include actually useful guidance about how to customize monsters, how to like do encounters, breaking down creature types. And yeah, so like some of the customization, like Neil is talking about on these pages here, sample trait swapping around. Yeah, so what you were drawn to that. What is this, Neil? What was so exciting?
So part of it is, and I've always been drawn to a lot of the products by Kobold Press, is because a lot of the players that I have at my table have been playing even specifically with me for years. Not only that, they were the ones that got me into it over 20 years ago. And they were playing before I was playing. So your standard affair is pretty known. Yes, a troll for the first time can be exciting. A troll for the 100th time, not as exciting.
Yeah.
Same with zombies, even potentially same with dragons. So there are certain aspects of monsters that just don't really draw me in as much anymore because they're not going to have as much fun. So anytime there's something I could do to make them weird,
yes,
I am very interested because I like surprising my players with something new.
Yeah, and totally. And that's like absolutely what we were thinking too. So when we put this section in the book, so it's customizing abilities and traits is like the big header, but we talk about like altering statistics, and then, altering traits. Basically, this is like hey, you have a monster, you want to change it without like having to make a new monster or, do a lot of math. Like here is the quick and dirty ways to make something exciting, to overhaul it or give it something new.
I like it. So what I've decided for us to do is we can just throw out a monster and we'll throw some dice, see what trait we add to it, and then kind of just talk about like, okay, so how would I implement it? Why is it different? So on and so forth.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's enough motivation and inspiration for me is to say, okay, if I have this thing I know and I add this thing I wasn't planning on, why does it work? And how does it work? And how can I potentially kill my player characters?
Yes. Now, don't kill your players. That's illegal. Yeah, so we have a bunch of different tables here. So, like, one of the things, the basic guidance we give is, like, obviously, you can alter statistics, but that only works, like, a little bit. You can't really change the numbers too much without, like, making the CR, like, not matter, right? So you can bump up damage a little, hit points, whatever. But the other thing we propose in here that's a little bit more dynamic is, swap out some of the traits or add traits to it. So we went in and made tables of, like, some of the most common kind of theme traits that you see across monsters. So we have different tables. So we have, like, attack-focused traits, and we list a bunch of those, and then defense-focused, mobility-focused, and then we have statistics-focused. And those are things like your like cool features, like maybe your vision or your movement, like that sort of thing. So we got lots to choose from.
Perfect. Okay. Let's just start with the absolute lowest hanging fruit.
Yes.
I'd like to present to you the kobold.
The kobold. Yes, it's right there. It's right there in front of us. How do we change a kobold? A tiny dragon man. What do we do?
How about you roll a d4, and then that'll decide which table we're on. And then we'll roll the subsequent die.
Okay. I rolled 4, so that is statistics focused.
We'll roll a d10 and see what happens.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3. that will give this kobold false appearance.
Oh, awesome. So false appearance, for those who don't know, this is like what mimics have, right? So like while the creature remains motionless, it is indistinguishable from a relevant object or its surroundings. I feel like a kobold would love this. Yeah. This is a great way to hide from all the nasty business and all nasty adventurers.
Oh, a whole group of them too.
Yeah.
Because they can decide like, oh, do we just not want to be seen? Or do we just want to lay an ambush and then get them?
Yeah, do we make it part of our, like, a trap strategy? Do they become a living part of like, luring people into some of their nasty kobold traps?
Yeah. Oh, this is good. That one works really, really well, especially for kobolds and having... Because you could also just have one that is an assassin, so if you're doing something at higher levels, that's super interesting. Or just, lower levels. This is just their natural thing. They're kind of scared. They're little. And so they're like, no, I just want to keep living by becoming this tree.
What's nice is also this is like the 3 kobolds in a trench coat, like classic joke. Yeah. This is literally that, like become a stone column, right? Or like, ooh, it's a tiny sculpture of a dragon. Nope.
They're like, amazing. We're dragonborn.
Ha
Nice. Okay, what is a monster you want to throw out?
Okay. So monsters, I feel like I use all the time. I feel like at lower level stuff feels like easier. Because I'm thinking like bugbears and goblins always pop up. Things like dire wolves, but also something like Medusa. I feel like is something that I actually tend to put in my game. So maybe let's go with Medusa.
Okay, I'll roll the D4 this time.
Okay.
We got a 2. So we have defense focused.
Aha! 6 options. So easy for me. Here we go. 5. Okay. Oh, stalwart. Oh man, that sucks. It's not like flashy, but stalwart is if the monster starts its turn afflicted by an ongoing effect that allows for a repeated save, such as the hold spell or whatever, the monster can make the save at the start of its turn and has advantage on the save. So this is like power Medusa coming after you. So this stalwart is a really great trait to put on, like, if you have a group of monsters and one is like the leader. I feel like because they can shake things off just faster than anyone else. So this one, stalwart, is actually our new redesign of the orc lineage. This is a unique thing to orcs. We wanted to make them basically like tardigrades where they can like survive almost anything, and that's why they're such badasses, like, by nature. Yeah. Also, low-key, maybe they came from the stars. We don't know.
That's what I was thinking. It's on a meteor. Boom! Showed up. Yes.
But yeah, so stalwart is a really great way to freak out your players because things don't work. I feel like, a lot of Medusa spend their time alone. So, just like stalking their lairs, organizing their statues. So, like, why not let them have some training, some strength training or resistance training, literally.
I like it. Well, I also think of like stalwart that are they more used to like the thing they're doing to the other people. And so they're like gaining this like resistance over time of like, well, if I keep doing it to someone's eventually probably going to do something like this to me.
Yeah.
I should build
If I keep petrifying people, I should learn how to not be petrified.
Yeah.
Yeah, that no silly guy with a mirror shield is going to get me. No siree. We've all heard that legend. No way.
Like okay, my absolute go-to is always the Displacer Beast.
Ah, yeah, that's a good one.
Let's find out how we can level that up.
I'll roll a d4. Oh, I got 3 mobility focused. Oh no, because it needs more help there, huh? My gosh.
We'll just do a 10. If I get a 10, we'll figure it out. Oh, number 1.
Oh,
Amorphous.
No. Amorphous, and then it also blink. Oh, God. What a nightmare.
So the monster can move through a space as narrow as 1 inch wide without squeezing.
That's a nightmare. Because what's so disturbing about this is a Displacer Beast is already like flicking around. You don't know where they are, what's going on. So if you're like, okay, we know to watch for that, no problem. If it's just phases in or out, we'll be ready. And then if it just goos like under a door, it's like, what? Like plan B.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And if you think like, okay, so is it, depending on how you've decided what the origins of Displacer Beasts are, is it they were pets for Fae and now they've entered the material plane? Is it that they're some kind of magical creation? And if that's true, then maybe we dibbled, we dabbled. There was an ooze nearby, and now they kind of took on some of the attributes of other magically created creatures. And now you have an amorphous Displacer Beast. Please and thank you.
Yeah, this is like so prime for, storming a weird wizard's tower or an alchemist laboratory, right? And like, oh, here's my pet that I just, fused it with an ooze. Uh-oh, and like, it's just a nightmare. Yeah.
The tentacles are typically a reach. So then what if you're like having the tentacle go through?
Oh, so you could like get and reach under to do attack. Yikes!
Back, and then just pull it back.
Oh no.
Oh, this is a great idea. I love everything that's happening. God.
But see, this is how, this is the fun of these things. Like how you can totally change the story of a creature with just by adding one trait.
All right, let's do one more.
Okay.
What do you got?
One. Attack focused.
Oh, no. What monster do we have first?
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. I feel like I have a lot of Fae in my campaigns, obviously. So things like Dryads actually probably come up quite a bit because they're one of the few. There are like 7 Fae in the monster manual, and that's one of them. So let's go with Dryads, our tree ladies.
And you did mention it, so let's stick with the attack focused, because I think that'll be really interesting, because I think it'll help.
Yeah.
Like, that's my thought of, like, what one could potentially help the Dryad.
Yes,
more.
because, so it is kind of a passive creature, like a luring charm, so maybe something buff it out.
Yeah. All right, we'll roll a D8, and I got a 6. Pack Tactics.
Oh!
Yeah. The monster has advantage on attack rolls against a creature if at least one of the monster's allies is within 5 feet of the creature and the ally is not incapacitated. Obviously, we're going to summon woodland creatures of some sort. Yeah. And then you have Pack Tactics.
Well, or even, because like the Dryad can charm people. So if she just charms a ton of like innocent villagers or whatever, like whatever it is, and then all of a sudden like has her mob of like enchanted, allies to back her up, or like, all her boyfriends that she's collected in the woods, like are around, like, what a horrible day for whoever is trying to fight her. Oh my God.
My thought was also, all I need then is one PC.
Yep.
To be on my side.
On my side. And then, oh no. Like, that is a very deadly combination, I actually feel like. Mm-hmm. Woo! Woo! Yeah, that's a way. You need a little punching power. Woo!
I have a clarifying question.
Yep.
Because I don't remember if it's working specifically this way here or if it works this way in both. But it says advantage on attack rolls. So if I charmed a PC and had them fight another PC, would I be able to stay back and get advantage on bow shots?
Yes. The creature would have to be within 5 feet. So you have to be within 5 feet of your ally. So basically it's meant to gang up.
Okay.
Gang up on.
That's
so that's like wolves have it, right? Because they all like go in, they swarm around.
I was trying to have them over there, and I'm saying back going, pew, pew, pew. Yeah.
So you got to get up in there. You got to mix it up. But she's probably got shillelagh, right?
Oh, yeah.
Looking at the Dryad. Whack up with a big stick. Yep, club. There you go, shillelagh. Advantage. And then more importantly, yes, your friends all around you, your backup boys. It's her backup band after doing her fate charm. It's amazing. This is amazing.
Well, I think we've done it once again, but that means that if you like this or any of the other episodes you've heard, head over to your podcatcher of choice, leave a rating and review, and help us use some Pack Tactics on defeating the algorithm.
And of course, if you want to tell us about, some fun ways you've modified your monsters in your games, or just reach out in general, you can always email us at DM-Nastics@gmail.com. And, you can probably find us on social media, maybe things like Twitter, Facebook, whatever. All you have to do is just basically go type in our information, look at the website, or, you can search for @DMs_block. And to find Neil, go to @JoteMoniac and me @CConowitch. And for everything else on the network, you can visit blockpartypodcastnetwork.com.
A huge thanks to the bards over on Bombarded for our intro and outro music. You can find more about them at bombardedcast.com. But rather than let these mental games go to waste, let's head to taking your supplements. Taking your supplements! Hey, maybe there's a supplement that you want to take, but the FDA hasn't approved it yet.
Whoa.
What would be the TTRPG equivalent of what I just said?
Oh my god, a playtest? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
wow. Yeah. Oh, yes. All right.
We're currently only on animal trials.
Yeah, and you could be one. No. Yes, not to sound too promotional, but hey, we were talking earlier about Tales of the Valiant, this new game from Cobalt Press, and as you can imagine, it's a new system. Coming out with a lot of new stuff, new products in the future. And right now, we are in the midst of playtesting and looking for general playtesters to basically join the process. So if you've been curious about, like, what the process of playtesting a new TTRPG looks like, or if you want to contribute to the future of, like, a game, and, actually be there, progress in action, we are inviting folks right now, basically anyone who joins the Cobalt Press fan Discord, which is free to join, no, limiters or whatever. Just go to the Cobalt Press website. You can hit that join link on Discord. Right now, we are running the first phase of our secret project named Project Chiron. So we are just a couple weeks now into playtesting that first packet, but we're going to be into phases 2, 3 coming out over the next few months. And yeah, we're always interested in looking for, dedicated folks who are willing to try out some new player options, some monsters, other rules. And basically just like we give you a few weeks to do it, run it at your home games, however you want to. We have a bunch of like games going constantly in the Discord. People are always running games, like our really awesome, super fans and mods and stuff, putting games together, test things out. And then basically all you do is fill out a Google form and submit, your feedback, your experience. And yeah, and you're part of playtesting. So if you've ever wondered how that works, if you want to actually see how the process goes, Neil and I talk a big game about our games, but here you can actually get in behind the scenes and look at options before they're polished, where they start and help be where they finish. We'd love to have you join us. So yeah, check out the Cobalt Press Discord. Again, join links for that are all over our website. If you just Google Cobalt Press Discord, I'm sure you'll find a join link. But yeah, get involved.
Yep, there'll be a link in the show notes. I already found it, so it can't be
It's
that
really
hard.
easy. We make it so easy.
Yeah, one of the other things is like this, if you get in, there's a lot of benefit of like that you can take away as someone running a game while watching this process happen, because you're also watching the iterations to be something that does fit the mass market. Because as we've always espoused here on the podcast, you can make anything you want for your table. That's not how a company can operate.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work that way. So this is also a really interesting way to see all of that.
Yeah, to be part of it. And we really do have a very vibrant and active Discord. There are tons of different channels. So even if you just want to join and, you're not sure if you want to dig right into the playtesting, we've got tons of really great meetup groups for people who run games for each other online, and just discussion groups. And, we have a place to ask questions about any Cobalt Press product. So if you've ever been like, oh, why does that monster do that? We have spaces for it. So we'd love to have you. More playtesters are always amazing. And we super appreciate any of you who are interested in joining.
But with that, we'll turn out the lights and head out of the gym.
Before we go, I want to implore you, the listener, to join the forums, the Discord, Twitter, and anywhere else you can find us and take part in these challenges, exercises, and other amazing conversations being had.
And to do that, head over to bit.ly/DMBanter and try some DM-Nastics so your players don't ask, do you even live?